things about this hat, but I love the rainbow trout on it. It's a beautiful rainbow trout. Uh, mm, yep. Listen, if you just meet their demands, they they don't bother you anymore. Actually, literally true for the IRA. But yeah, no, that's fine. Dude, the shit people get canceled over. I'm like, it's like animal abuse marginally, right? Like, people, what was the community episode where they're like, I can draw the line, or I can forgive racism, but animal abuse, yeah, or I can forgive racism, animal abuse. Oh yeah, we should check. Should check. You should check. Gotta check every time. It's like making sure your dick's not in your zipper.
So
Rabbi's going back for seconds, you know.
audio kicked in right as you said that. Perfect. All right. All right. So I've noticed. So when I do output, it'll give me a bunch of options. But if I pick headphones, then for input, it will actually let me select my actual microphone because before that, it actually doesn't for some reason, which is fucking weird. But I guess that's what we get for using Streamlabs. No offense to Streamlabs, but it is a free software. So
I mean, we're not fucking sponsored with
no,
them.
exactly. Like we are making do with what we got, and if that's not no audio, there it is, audio good. Yeah, we're in.
All
The
right,
shaft is
Casey,
in.
Missile Launch, we love you.
We
Thank
love
you for
you.
being here.
Thank you so much for being here, gentlemen.
All
Um,
2 dozen of our regular listeners.
absolutely. So, for the people who are here early, and of course, you know, good, upstanding white people, would you mind showing off your hat a little bit more?
Oh yeah, so I have this hat that I actually found in a lost and found.
Mm-hmm.
Um which it was unclaimed, so I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm taking that hat. And it's women want me, fish fear me with a beautiful rainbow trout on it. I love it. I don't wear this hat enough, honestly.
You
I
should wear
wear
it
a lot
more.
of trucker caps. Yeah.
Well, it's a good look for you.
Honestly, I wanted the more ironic version, which was the women.
Fish want me, women fear me.
Oh, I just heard the audio come in with me literally saying Rabbi character in 2 seconds.
That's a hell of a delay. That's all right though.
Um, okay, sorry, yeah, I muted the live stream. I wish I had the more ironic version, which is women fear me and fish want me and women fear me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is more true,
It is
I
more
think.
true.
Uh,
Your girlfriend is a
but
brave warrior.
a fierce shield maiden,
Yes.
able to brave the battles that lie ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Not girlfriend, fiance. I
Beyonce.
guess technically you're still boyfriend girlfriend while you're engaged,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's like Girlfriend Plus, essentially, is another way of saying
Yeah,
fiance.
yeah. It's like a premium subscription or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Or what would they
The battle
call?
pass,
What would they call like
girlfriend battle pass.
the last iteration? Like if a software, it's like we're at like 1.4.9, and it's about to go to 1.5. What would you call that before like a major update?
Wouldn't it be like 2.0?
I mean, no. I mean, of course
Major update?
it'd be 2.0, but like before that, like what would you call that state? I don't know if there's a programming
I
term for that.
I can't. Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Well, I mean,
I assume like the 1 point.
I also
Yeah,
could just be the fact that I'm retarded and just personality doesn't work that way I want it
yeah.
to.
There's. I mean, there's like. I'm trying to think of the terms, but like I'm sure like some computer guru like Matt could tell us for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But where it's like there's like the normal updates, and then there's like the feature updates, and
Feature
then there's
updates,
like
yeah.
there's like the full revisions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I don't know. We're not really that. We're not programmers. We don't know.
I don't know shit
Mm.
about that kind of thing.
I
I do
mean,
programming, but
I can
not that kind
build
of
you
programming.
a kick-ass computer. Just don't ask me to do too much in command prompt. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I do occasionally look up stuff to do for command prompt and be like, "Oh, hey, I need specifically like I don't know what if this is a sign of autism or whatever,
Mm.
but like I will legitimately sit and watch like a YouTube video for more than 30 minutes
Hmm.
just with it full screen.
And just
And
watching like how to
I
navigate
needed my
Windows.
computer to stop going into sleep mode
Hmm.
after that. And so I had to look up and like clutch together some programming to be where like, hey, computer, don't automatically sleep after 30 minutes if this program is open,
What
which is like a fairly simple piece of code, but it's like I'm legitimately watching like a full screen film or like something on my computer.
what operating system are you running on? Like, are you on a PC or are you on an Apple
I'm still
device?
on Windows 10
Okay, same.
and I don't want to go to Windows 11.
I do not. All I hear is that it's a fucking nightmare. But like, I guess they're ending support for Windows 10 later this year, which, well, I guess we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it, and at least for like, a year or two.
True.
I think it's very telling that like Microsoft has decided to monetize every different aspect of their product.
Mm-hmm.
Like microtransactions were such a telling factor in like the games community, or like, oh, like pay to win, or it's like it's not even pay to win. It's like, oh, pay to get like some new skin, and then it became pay to win,
Mm-hmm.
and then it became like pay to have basic functionality with your fucking operating system. It's like I paid for a license already. Why do I need to have like all these extra subscriptions for my operating system? Why can't my computer do what it did in 1995
Yeah.
for $20?
That reminds me of
Fuck you.
that comic that goes around, and it's like it's Hank Hill in a store, and he goes, "I don't want to save files to OneDrive. I want to save it to my computer in my home."
I have hard drives actually.
I do too.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like Epstein. I have hard drives.
I literally
The FBI will raid those hard drives and then delete them.
I have,
And then there'll be nothing on those hard drives.
of
But
course.
I do physically have hard drives.
I also physically have. I think my computer right now is running on 2 platter drives, 3 solid states, and I also have a PCI board drive thing. I don't know what it's called, PCI Express, but it's actually like a terabyte
Oh,
of
the
memory. But
NVMe.
yeah, but I've got that. I've got a terabyte of that. I'm just excuse me. I be pirating movies, so
Oh, yeah.
and music.
If purchasing it, buying a license to watch it isn't purchasing it, then pirating it isn't stealing it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
that's where I'm at on that.
that's where I'm on the same thing.
Okay, so Missile Launch says Windows 10 doesn't have display mode support. I don't understand the question. Maybe he was talking about my like issue with like watching. Like I wanted power save mode to happen at a certain amount of time when I was idle, but I wanted specific applications to override that. If that makes sense. Um,
Oh, so you didn't want like a blanket, like just don't go to sleep after 30 minutes. You only wanted specific
yeah,
programs.
exactly.
Okay, okay, fair.
Yeah, yeah. I like. I don't want to get up every 30 minutes during a movie
To shake a mouse.
that I'm watching on Netflix or YouTube podcast while I'm like cooking or like doing a bunch of shit around the house to shake the mouse. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, that's supposed to engage automatically when stuff's playing. It
Supposed
doesn't
to.
always. Uh,
It's a computer, man. Like they're basically just children you have to instruct.
which it's bizarre to me that people are so worried about AI, um, like taking legitimate human jobs.
Hmm.
I think if your job can be taken by AI, it's because you are an automaton in
Yeah.
a sense. Like you're not actually engaging in the conscious plane. Like you're not even capable of astral projecting if you have a job that can be taken by AI.
Arguably, the status of yourself as an ensouled individual is also kind of in question, because if an unsouled machine can take your job and you can't get anything else to do, it's like, hmm, interesting.
No, that's legit. But I would say if you can homestead,
Hmm.
you probably you would gain ensoulment through that
You
process.
would,
I think.
yes. I would definitely
Yeah.
agree with that.
I think that is an ensouling activity.
Indeed.
Or like herding animals on a steppe.
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
that
that's
would ensoul you.
too. Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think in general, if you live a nomadic lifestyle, not in like a homeless way, but like you live on like grassy plains or like the Native Americans, for example, back before we heard of them on the reservations, I feel like that also probably insouls you because you're not, stuck in a concrete cube clicking Microsoft Teams 20 times a day.
Right. Like you could be endowed with a soul
Mm,
at conception or something like that. And
maybe.
then you lose it over time
Hmm.
because it's just it gets siphoned off of you through this process of just fucking,
Max's,
you
if you
know,
don't use it, you lose it theory of the soul.
if demons have taken like full possession of your soul,
Mm.
if you've gotten your soul repoed by TikTok, um then that's on you.
Yeah, that's like it's like diabetes in a way. Like if you just let shit go, eventually you're going to develop type 2. Some people are unfortunately born with type 1, so they never had a soul, and there are various reasons for that, but
Well, no, you can only be born with type 1. Let's
oh,
be
okay.
okay. Let's talk about type like on diabetes, right? Like type 2 you can only develop through a bad diet
Yeah.
and no exercise. And type 1 you can only be born with. You can't develop type 1 diabetes through bad exercise, not non-exercise and a bad diet.
Exactly.
Um so yeah, I have a lot of sympathy towards folks with type 1 diabetes, although they should instigate a eugenics program breeding to mitigate that.
They should.
Just like um the what's there's like an app for Ashkenazi Jews to figure out whether or not they're going to have
Oh,
too many recessive genes
that's
in
right.
their
Oh
breed.
God, there is one specifically. While I actually Google this, I'm going to throw up the intro, but yeah, there is a
Yeah,
specific
yeah,
a
and that
specific
I'm going to
syndrome.
pour beer.
Okay, I'm going to got that right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the intro. I'm going to do a Google search and we'll be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Altar, episode 180. Just vote harder. We'll, of course, go into that. That's a pretty encompassing topic later on. But tonight, real quick, we are going to learn about various Ashkenazi genetic diseases. So let's see what we got here. Most common is Gaucher disease. Most common Ashkenazi genetic disease is Gaucher disease, with 1 out of every 10 Ashkenazi Jews carrying the mutated gene that causes the disease. Doctors classify Gaucher disease into 3 different types, resulting from a deficiency of glucocerebrosidase within the body. Type 1, which is treatable, is the most common form on Ashkenazi Jews. Then we have cystic fibrosis, 1 in 24.
Mm.
Normally, cells in the lungs and digestive system produce a thin, slippery mucus as part of a
It's like
normal.
one kid in your classroom.
That's basically, yeah. That's like the cystic
Yeah.
fibrosis. That's that one kid who, yeah, you can't have your normal lunch around him because the
Well,
air will kill
I'm
him.
just comparing the stats to like, yeah, if you were in a public school classroom.
A lot of these actually, like the next couple of ones down the list, are in a public school classroom. Also, kind of like varies on like the relative socioeconomic status of most of the students. It's based on class size. So after cystic
Well,
fibrosis,
that's why property taxes cost what they do. Because
True.
people want to get into certain school districts.
This is true. Number 3, this is the one I was thinking of, Tay-Sachs disease. Certain mutations on the hexa gene cause Tay-Sachs disease, which is characterized by a progressive deterioration of nerve cells in both the brain and spinal cord. That sounds shitty.
Mm.
And then you have
like people don't live past like a year or 2 with that, do they?
let me see, Tay-Sachs, like Goldman Sachs.
Oh. Wait, oh, it's a hyphenated thing?
Yeah,
I
Tay-Sachs.
didn't realize that.
Yep.
Okay. That's on me for like only listening to it in like a podcast or something. But yeah, Sachs. Tay-Sachs. Wonder what the Tay is. Or the Sachs.
So infantile
Life expectancy.
life
Yeah.
expectancy. Infantile Tay-Sachs, we'll go back to the name in a sec. Most common and severe form is among infants, typically diagnosed in infancy. Children with Tay-Sachs usually live 4 to 5 years. Juvenile comes on upon the ages of 2 to 10, usually live for another 10 to 15 years. Late onset, which is the rarest form, can appear in adulthood. Life expectancy for late onset Tay-Sachs is more variable and can range from several years to a normal lifespan. So you're right. Usually it's something that happens early.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So okay, and is there other disorders?
There
on
are.
the list
There's 2 more for the top 5. Number 4 is Tay-Sachs, by the way, was 1 in 27.
Okay.
Familial dysautonomia. Typically, symptoms of this disease are already present when a baby is born. Familial dysautonomia is characterized by changes to nerves in the autonomic nervous system. These nerves are responsible for many involuntarily bodily functions, including blood pressure, heart rate, and digestion. Also, usually has shortened lifespans, not a whole lot of treatment. And then that's 1 in 31. So now we're going to like lower middle class schools now. And then we have 1 in 41. So this is your inner city ghetto. Spinal muscular atrophy. There are several types of this disease, but all affect the control of muscle movement due to a decline in the number of specialized nerve cells called motor neurons in both the spinal cord and brainstem. Life expectancy varies widely depending on the type. There is no cure, but treatment may be effective at managing the symptoms and complications. So, interesting and auspicious start to the episode where we're just listing off the most common Jewish genetic diseases in Ashkenazi Jews.
Well, there was a population bottleneck, right? And so if you accommodate for the lack of heterozygoty in the gene pool, then you're going to have a lot of recessive genes that can lead to diseases and stuff like that. So like on that note, you go to like the British Pakistani population, and they're 4% of the population of Britain or the UK, and they account for 31% of all childhood genetic disorders in the UK, because they are like 50% of them marry their first cousin. Or and so remember, when you read a statistic like 50% of people marry their first cousin, that also means that every other person is the result of first cousin marriage. So even if you marry not a first cousin, you're marrying somebody who's the result of a first cousin marriage on average.
I am as we speak right now. I am actually googling incest rates by country or nation.
What you want to look up is consanguinity.
Consanguinity.
Yeah.
Consanguinity by nation.
Um, and I saw a claim today that I could not back up.
Hmm.
I tried to research it and I was trying to find it, but it's the claim was this is that Somalis have less genetic diversity than cheetahs do.
Do Somalis have
You
less
can't Google it, and
genetic
Google's not going to give you the answer.
diversity than cheetahs?
And but like I could see um I could see like cheetahs have been through a lot of population bottlenecks, and so they're very like
Mm.
homogyzotic. I think that's the term or how you pronounce it in biology terms, where
Okay.
they've got a lot of like duplicate genes, on
Mm.
top of each other, and any recessive traits that get copied are just going to propagate out really quickly. So like when zoos do breeding programs, they have to very carefully test each of the mates in those programs to
Hmm.
see like if they can produce viable offspring and stuff like that.
Interesting.
But if you've been doing 1,000 years of first cousin marriage, like you're you're like basically copy pasting the same person over and over again.
Basically, what the Habsburgs did.
Yeah. Well,
So,
no, not even the Habsburgs didn't even like get that far. Like they got that bad, like in the last like 200 years, right?
oh, so that was extreme.
Um,
Okay, that wasn't even like
yeah, that was
a gradual
because,
shift. That was.
because all of the and that was extremely concentrated among like the royal family. I'm saying like, okay, everybody's got 8 kids, and they're all first cousins,
Mm.
and then you mix and match them, for 25 generations and stuff
Mm.
like that. That's how you get consanguinity. Consanguinity.
Mm.
Consanguinity. That's such a hard word.
What's up,
Um,
Matt?
I got
so
about 10
50
minutes.
plus
I'm about to go
percent
nuke
in
something.
Pakistan and Saudi Arabia has
Yeah.
that high of a rate.
I
Wow.
mean, Saudi Arabia
Sudan.
and Pakistan.
I
Yeah.
bet there's just no data in a lot of these.
Mm.
So Ethiopia, Somalia. Yeah,
What are we looking at?
interesting.
This is a rate of incest. Excuse me, consanguinity in a marriage by nation. You've really come in at a great time, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Oh,
Like, I'm glad.
so
Oh, this
on
is
this
the.
chart,
That's
like
great.
less than 1 in 100 marriages in the U.S. are um between first cousins. Is this first cousins or is it any cousins?
Global prevalence of insanity doesn't say. Hang on.
I really
Okay,
can't. I did kind of
I
get that.
I
That's crazy.
I will like I have a cousin who is married and um distant relative who has a slightly different spelling of the same name.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like obviously is like 5 to 6 plus generations removed.
Mm.
And everybody makes the joke still that they're kissing cousins. Like that's how like taboo it is in Western culture. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, you can't be kissing cousins, even though you have a different spelling of your same last name, and you're obviously like 5 to 6 generations removed. Um, like,
But in the East, it's
but
like, hey, your cousin, your first cousin, she's
my
still single.
brother's kid really
Yeah.
wants to date my kid.
Mm.
Doesn't or they don't want to date. It's all arranged and
It's
stuff.
of course, there's no choice here. Hmm. Okay.
That's cool. I'm glad I could be shortly a part of this conversation about
Absolutely.
What's
We
up,
being a
Matt?
cousin.
What's up, Moonlit Matt?
Well,
How are you?
it's like, yo, what's up? Like, how's West Virginia? Like, I don't know, dude. Crazy. It's crazy how it goes.
Oh, we should look it up by state. That'd be fun.
oh,
Oh my
we should.
god, do it,
Oh, here we go.
do it, dude. Yeah.
Consanguinity by U.S. state.
Yeah, you do that, I'm gonna go nuke a park district really fast. It's fine.
Hell yeah. Cousin marriage law, no. Can cussing, no. Cousin marriage in the
I mean,
U.S.
it's actually like more outlawed in the South than it is in the North,
Mm.
which is ironic.
Yeah, like
Last time I looked it up.
it's actually they only have data going up to like 1750 to 1940. That's kind of gay. Hang on.
Wait, how would they stop tracking that?
Why would they stop tracking that? I don't know. Why didn't they publish the Epstein list?
That's
What
these are
list?
all great
You
questions.
talking about? Okay. There was no list.
Oh
You're not
wow,
crazy.
wow. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen real quick.
Yeah,
I'm
share
loving
the screen.
I'm loving
Let's see.
Utah's representation right now because you got 1750 to 1800. There's nothing, and then you have 1801 to 1850. Utah and Colorado, baby, are just deep red.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
And then even like 1851 to 1900, Utah and South Carolina, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, it used to be.
So
Okay,
what spawn
look
was?
at this scale compared to the last map. Remember the last map topped out at 50%,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this one tops out around 10%.
Wow.
Jesus.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, man.
Uh, but wow. Okay, so Michigan, that but
Yeah.
1750 to 1800 in
Michigan and Massachusetts. That's kind of surprising.
Is that a Mormon? I think the Mormons were there before, right? That's where they started.
New York,
I
actually.
know like the Mormons who still practice polygamy in like Mexico, they have like a higher
Mm.
genetic disorder rate than even the Ashkenazi Jews
Yeah,
do.
they do. Oh, real quick. So modern data, 1901 to 1940. Check out Hawaii, deep red.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
Interesting.
Red. That's not the link I want.
I'm wondering if that is just like a population bottleneck among the indigenous, Hawaiians basically.
That would make sense,
Or-
actually.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right.
Yeah.
This is a
Okay,
chart-heavy
so
episode of the podcast.
Look, we're
that's how it's
just
gotta be.
dudes who like graphs and
Yeah, man.
charts.
Dudes who like what? Dudes who like what?
We're
Be
noticing things.
specific. Be specific.
Dudes who like
Oh my god.
graphs.
We're just a couple of dudes who
Couple of
like some
guys
grass.
and some charts.
Couple of guys.
Couple of guys. We should actually probably talk.
Love
Guys and girls. Honestly, okay. Why was question mark girls in scare quotes on that? Was it you know what I'm talking about? When
Oh,
Trump
what's
was
going on
posted
with my guys and sometimes gals? I think
yeah.
he's just having a fucking meltdown over not publishing the Epstein
Oh
list.
yeah.
He's crashing out.
He's crashing
What do
out.
you think? What do you think he got?
Did you guys
What do you
pull
think
quotes of him
he
talking about the Epstein list like years ago? Did you pull up quotes of that?
No, you find those quotes?
Oh, I've seen his Twitter and Truth Social posts, but
Oh,
I
like
don't
more
have them.
recently, past couple of years. Okay.
Uh, oh, here we go. ABC News. Thank you. Of what he's said over the years.
Thank you, Disney Corporation.
Trump in 2019, Trump distanced himself from Epstein, not a fan. Wasn't a fan. Oh yeah, so Trump was like, "Well, I knew him like everyone in Palm Beach knew him." Trump told reporters, "Like, I mean, people in Palm Beach knew him. He was a fixture of Palm Beach. I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan. I was not. Yeah, a long time ago. I'd say I can't talk like that. I don't know. Just say he's not a fan of him."
Yep.
Let's see. And then Trump connected Bill Clinton to like he's related. It's like what we're saying is we want an investigation. I want a full investigation, and that's what I absolutely am demanding. That's why our attorney general, our great attorney general, is doing. The attorney general at the time was Bill Barr. Did you- oh, it's like so when asked, it's like so you have to ask, did Bill go to the island? That's the question. If you find that out, you're going to know a lot. Trump said at the time. So Trump was making an insinuation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then Trump suggested Epstein was killed in federal custody. Da-da-da-da. And then her boyfriend died in jail. Blah blah blah. What's he? He's currently serving.
I thought they were married. Ghislaine,
I don't think so.
I
Ghislaine.
don't think they were. They were definitely close. Like you could make the argument, but
Yeah, I guess there's nothing specific. Well, then again, Trump talks so fucking stupid all the time. You
yeah,
can't tell what he's even trying to say, right? But it's like he was very much
Matt.
insinuating prior to that.
That's 5D chess, brother. Like just because you don't understand
The,
doesn't mean he doesn't.
dude,
Trust the plan. 2 more weeks.
it's
MAGA.
the okay, dude, you got it. You
Ah.
got
There's
it,
a,
dude. You
okay,
got it,
can I
100%.
just go on a 30-second rant?
Mm.
There's a dude in my town who has a lifted like F-350 or something stupid shit like that, like a Dodge Ram 3500, whatever, like the biggest possible truck that you can buy, without getting a CDL or whatever, and he has a giant MAGA sticker over the front windshield. Not just like over the top,
Like the whole
but like
windshield.
over the whole windshield, and a huge Trump sticker on the back windshield. And then his side doors, like the passenger and the driver side windows that you would normally look at the side mirrors through,
Yeah.
are also like, like schizo text vinyl wrapped.
Schizo.
You need to get us a
And
picture of this vehicle.
I saw it today and I meant to get a picture, and I like just keep seeing him around town. He drives everywhere all the time. I think he just drives in circles.
Your
And
mission, should you choose to accept it, is to locate this individual tomorrow.
and I need to get pictures of this truck. But how's like normally you can't even like tint your windows past a certain amount.
How is
legally.
that
And
legal?
the
Yeah.
fact that you have like a fucking obstruction on your front windshield. And I'm not even kidding. It's like a full decal down to the bottom.
I was
Trump.
thinking the same thing. Like, not that we're
Like-
suggesting anyone should be beholden to such regulations, but how do you not get caught with that? Like, that's the question. Even the most.
And I saw a cop drive past him. I'm like, dude, are you not looking for this? Like,
No,
what's
they're
going
not. He's on his cell phone, dude. He's not looking. Like, too busy texting his wife and his 2 girlfriends.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's optimistic. My girlfriends, do you mean 14-year-olds at the local high school?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one question that did kind of come to mind with this whole Epstein thing for me is like, so by not publishing the list and trying to sweep it under the rug and, oh, it doesn't exist, everybody is like, oh, well, you're on the list, motherfucker. And like, who
After
wouldn't?
Elon said it too.
Yeah, like, who wouldn't think that, first of all? But the question is like, if he was posturing the entire time about releasing it, A, would he do so knowing that he's on it? I mean, maybe. But I guess the real question I have is like, what did they threaten him with? Or what do they have on him where being accused of being on the Epstein list by way of covering it up and trying to sweep it under the rug and not releasing it is somehow not the more worse option?
Yeah.
Like,
That makes sense.
Okay, the one scenario I see, this is the best case scenario.
mm-hmm.
And this was proposed by Glenn Beck of all people, was that Trump exchanged not releasing the Epstein list / like exposing that the Israeli government and the Mossad was blackmailing our entire government for not having a boots on the ground invasion for Iran.
Yeah.
Now, Glenn Beck rejects this. He said, "Oh yeah, this is just like some like scenario." But that's the best case scenario I can think of.
See, that's the thing though. Like, if given the choice of like, oh, everyone's going to think you're a pedophile or you start another war in the Middle East, why wouldn't he just put boots on the ground? Like, in terms of damage to his base and just like sheer, oh, what the fuck, like you're clearly up to something, like, Again, the odds of him being on the list are decent given his relationship with Epstein all those years ago. But my thought actually was more along the lines of they were like, "Oh wow, it'd be a real shame if the Kennedy family curse just suddenly became the Trump family curse, and every male in your family, once they hit a certain age, there's just there's a stopwatch
Hey,
counting
leave
down."
Barron alone. Leave Barron alone. Leave him.
Listen, Barron is
Gaib.
he can't die. That's the problem. Like even snipers' bullets cannot find him. He does not know fear.
Yeah. Does not know fear.
But that's
Wait.
the only thing that really makes sense to me is they basically were like, oh, we'll just start killing off members of your family, all of these crazy, wacky events. Like those 2 assassination attempts when you were running, they're not going to be misses this time. They're going to hit you and then your sons and your daughters probably, and you're just going to become the Kennedys. There's going to be one of you, it's going to be the most retarded one, and that's how everyone's going to remember you. I could see that being a larger threat, especially to Trump's ego. But yeah, like that would be my theory on it. Like they basically were just
I think maybe there's a chance that there's an in between, because like they would probably want to blackmail him into invading Iran in the first place.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, okay, we're gonna do the bombing run, and then we're gonna say that we're gonna declare victory, and Iran's gonna be like very mysterious about it, and then also say like, hey, we're gonna bomb your bases, make sure nobody's there,
Yeah.
and then
Mutual
we'll roll our
arrangement.
people out, and then everybody saves face.
Mm.
And like Trump thought like he could do this like third maneuver, which was saving face for himself by saying like, oh yeah, like obviously the Epstein files were just porn of himself. Basically, it's very disgusting. Like, don't worry about it. And like it doesn't match up with like the rest of the constellation of things that happened around this situation. So like necessarily like was it Netanyahu visited the US, had a in-person chat one-on-one with Trump
Mm.
right before they decided they were not going to release like the full Epstein files.
Exactly.
And like dismissing it as though it's nothing, when like the implication of the Epstein files is to say, hey, our government is being blackmailed by the Mossad in order to propagate wars across the Middle East on behalf of Israel, is a huge deal. It's
Yeah.
not like a nothing burger. It's
Also,
not just
we're
like,
talking easily like the number I've seen is like it's kind of thrown out there 2/3 of Congress. I think it's probably a lot higher than that, unfortunately. Like outside of like
so
Thomas Massey and yeah, I can't
anybody
really
who doesn't have an APAC handler, I'm
exactly.
automatically assuming.
Exactly. Actually, so it was interesting. Bernie Sanders did actually say something, reiterate. Do you remember you brought up a point about how Bernie Sanders was even like, you can't have open borders because that's like a right wing libertarian Koch brothers idea?
Yes. Yeah.
I think he gave another thing like that
Koch
recently.
brothers?
Sorry, Koch brothers, the dick boys.
Yeah.
But he was also just
fine.
kind of like, you can't have like super open borders and also like have democracy or something like that. You need to tightly control your borders, which was an interesting endorsement of things that have been happening. Oh, that was the other thing. So after years of shitting on Trump and making fun of him on Twitter and like all of this shit, Stephen King is actually coming out and going, yeah, man, the Epstein list is real. So is the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. And everyone's like, please check that guy's hard drive. Please get the left over right now.
Just really quick.
Just real quick,
Just
brother.
real quick.
Listen, man.
The one time you're willing to defend Trump is about the Epstein list not getting released.
Dude. And it really hasn't
You're
like
on that list.
Oh my god, man. It's like, wow, this is it? Okay, buddy. I mean, everyone I take it everyone here is familiar with that part in the book It, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Matt, are you familiar with that part?
Um, with the sewer scene,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Why the fuck? That book came out when? Like the 80s?
Let me look that
Probably.
up for you, Jamie
How?
or Joe.
Joe, thank you. I just want to know, like, people have obviously been pointing this out for years. How has he no like Woody Allen didn't get away with marrying his fucking like adopted daughter who he unadopted. So I guess I don't understand why Stephen King was allowed
86.
86 1986. Why the fuck has Stephen King been allowed to get away with the fact that he wrote a fucking child orgy into the book It? Like, why is this not a bigger topic? Again, Woody Allen is rightfully shit on for what he did. Jerry Seinfeld, arguably too, when he
Roman
was
Polanski.
Roman Polanski, that too. But Jerry Seinfeld, when he was 34, dating the 17-year-old high schooler, like, come on, what the fuck, dude?
What are you doing?
My cat is committing
man.
terrorism against me again.
I love that. I love that. I think I just cooked this company's website.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Good for me.
Matt just casually doing IT in the background.
Oops.
I think I ruined this entire company's SEO. Like,
Oh wow, their stock is plummeting in real time.
Yeah.
they're not
they're
trading on the
closed.
NSI NWSE.
Well, no, like the joke is like, well, they're closed right now, so it's not a problem, but they might be closed tomorrow too.
And Friday, they might be closed for a while. That reminds me, I have a friend who works for Ford, and they're a major. They're pretty high up in the IT chain, and she was working on some code once upon a time and pushed it on a Friday, and found out Monday that she had accidentally shut down, or they had accidentally shut down like several manufacturing plants in the state of Illinois for like 48 hours.
Very based.
And I was like, that is direct action. All those workers getting the whole weekend off, like that's based.
Yeah.
Incredibly based.
Well, I was joking today because I wanted to do what I'm doing right now earlier. I'm like, it should be just a quick, quick 5 minutes in and out, done, right? It's like, no, because like, what worst case happens? Like, no, worst case isn't going to happen, and it didn't. So I'm like, all right, good for me.
Exactly. Everything works
Fuck
out.
the people anyway. So
Exactly.
yeah, everything worked out. So I'm
ACAB.
gonna go so I can I'm gonna go so I can focus on restoring service. But
Okay.
it was good to talk to you gentlemen about incestual family relationships
Consanguinity.
and co-sanguinity.
Yes.
So have a good night.
You too, Dwayne. Always nice to
I'm
see
glad
that.
I could come in. So they won't you look up like rate of incest on like a normal search engine? It's like you have to search consanguinity.
Because they
And
won't do
it's like,
incest.
oh, I have to know this Latin term for incest.
That's okay.
To look it up.
There's always a way. You can't stop the signal. Isn't that right, Scooby?
That's true. How do you feel about well, okay, we really haven't dived all the way in on the Epstein
We really haven't, but like,
of release.
yeah.
And I wasn't there some resignations?
There was some
involved?
threatening. I want to say the deputy director of the FBI was threatening to resign over the way they were handling it, and I mean, I just this reminds me of like failing, running on a platform of locking up Hillary Clinton, and then just not doing it, but a billion times worse.
Well, to be fair, like the lock her up was a rally chant.
Yeah.
But it was also like kind of a gimmick.
It definitely was.
Point.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, when they have that,
like if you appoint like people who have been talking about this to the FBI, like people suddenly start taking it sort of seriously. Exactly. And then you do part 1 of the Epstein files release. and then part two is just like, oh, you don't want to see it. It's just porn of
Exactly.
Epstein.
Which
Like,
I don't want to
you
see
don't want.
that, but right, Scooby, do you want to see that? Nobody wants to see that shit. What was I
Yeah.
gonna say?
So
No, continue. Yeah,
I
sorry.
I understand where like his, you know, justification is coming from, but he's not actually saying it in a convincing way to be like, hey, so here's the thing, like I could genuinely believe that the Epstein files, like the client list and like the videos of all the extraneous people, getting blackmailed, sleeping with or having sex, raping
Yep.
underage people were deleted in the FBI raids that happened in, what would it be, like, what was it, 2019 or 20,
I want to say it
what,
was after COVID. There were a couple though of raids that were supposedly linked to it. Like there was one in 2019. There was a other one that was a little more recent where like they raided. It was like a stellar telescope facility, like a big telescope, and
what?
you don't remember that? There was like some
No, you
massive.
gotta.
Hang on. Um,
Honestly, if
facility.
I wanted to store a lot of anonymous data, uh,
Observatory.
uh,
Observatory.
uh
That's
an observatory database would be like a decent place to do it, because like
well.
only a certain group of people would check it.
You are correct about the time. So this happened in 2018. Shutdown of New Mexico Observatory was tied to investigation into child
Which
pornography.
one? I'm sorry. This
Um,
is this is
this
literally
hang
my
on.
profession. So I'm like,
The Sunspot Solar Observatory at Sacramento Peak. That's the
okay.
one.
So the NSO, yeah,
Yeah. And you're just like, oh,
that's
doesn't
when.
surprise me.
So that's when they. That is exactly when they moved to Boulder.
Oh. Hmm.
Is when that happened. So they were storing child pornography
They
on
were
the.
storing child pornography. Let me go back into the article here. Scooby, let's read.
Yeah, yeah. Keep reading.
According to a warrant application which was filed last week and unsealed a few days ago, the FBI was examining the observatory, but not for the presence of aliens. In an affidavit, the FBI agent wrote that she was looking at the activities of an individual who was utilizing the wireless internet service of National Solar Observatory in Sunspot, New Mexico, to download and distribute child pornography.
Okay.
They did seize a
Now,
laptop computer and they seized, unfortunately, images of child pornography.
so okay. Now, when was the Epstein Island raid? Because I
Right.
remember there was like a drone footage of the FBI raiding Epstein Island.
I remember
Like
that.
when was
That was
that?
that was 2019, and I still think that drone was piloted by John McAfee because I think he was still alive at that time. But yeah, that was 2019.
Okay.
That was
I forget when John McAfee was supposed to have died in a Spanish
John
prison or whatever.
McAfee death. 2021.
Okay, so yeah, it could have been him.
Yeah,
Totally.
he
Because
did.
he was just cruising around on a yacht in the
Yeah,
Caribbean.
in the Caribbean, right around the same. Just a coincidence. But yeah, so the raid
Yeah.
was actually August of 2019.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out. That's what I remember. I said 2019 just a
Mm-hmm.
minute ago.
You did.
So, okay, my memory's working. That was during Trump's administration, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
FBI was doing this the first time around. But I think that was the cover up. And then like they come back to it 5 years later now, and they're saying, well, shit. It's there's nothing there, man. Like
Yeah.
I guess we didn't get the files from 5 years
Oh
ago.
no, darn.
You guys did the raid. Like,
I mean, you could blame it on Biden, but no.
no, the raid happened under Trump. And if
Mm-hmm.
he wanted to declassify it, he could have done it anytime
He could have.
during his last, what was that, 5 months?
Yeah.
August, September, October, November, December, January. Okay, 6 months. It's 6 months, half a year.
Could have, should have, didn't.
So, do you think the Epstein stuff is going to break the Trump base at this point?
That's a good question. It could. Like it's hefty enough. It's literally so much worse than not locking up Hillary. Like there's not really a whole lot because this is something that isn't just like a bad policy decision. This is like anybody who supports him going forward is technically supporting the cover up of a list of fucking pedophiles. And there's no way to come back from that shit. There's just really not. Like unless something else happens, which I highly doubt this will be the last of this. But if something else does, this is the other thing too. It's like it could be a reason why, like everyone's like, oh, if such and such was on it, it would have leaked out by now. Like there have been like kind of leaks as to who is in the like the client book and all of this stuff, but there's never really been anything concrete. Like you've had, oh god, what was the name of the astrophysicist who was in the
Was
wheelchair?
it Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking, yeah. He was
Yeah,
one.
the paraplegic ALS guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that was rumored that he went there and there were like oiled up underage midgets or some shit like dealing with him, and it's just like, and like we actually have talked about this before on the show because
Yeah.
you said you worked with an individual who knew him, and you were like, God, he was like God put him in that wheelchair to protect females or some shit.
Yes.
Paraphrasing.
Um, yeah, I've heard from multiple firsthand sources that Stephen Hawking was a serial womanizer,
Yeah,
and yes, that is
that's a tame way of putting it. Apparently.
that is yes.
Mm. Yeah, what else did we want to touch on the Epstein thing though? We still got a little time.
I think
Like for now, we've
yeah,
covered a lot of stuff.
it's not gonna go away.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it's gonna break the Trump base because like what were we thinking like 2-3 weeks ago about the Iran thing?
that I didn't think that was going to break the Trump base because if bombing Soleimani in Iraq in like whenever the hell he did that in his first term, if that didn't do it, which
Okay.
I mean, different circumstances. It wasn't an attack directly on Iran, and also like unfortunately, there's a large portion of his base that believes we should bomb Iran. I didn't ever think it was going to destroy his base or wreck his base. I definitely knew it was going to be unpopular and a lot of like the anti-war right was going to be like, what the fuck? But this is so much worse than that. Like it's so
It could
bad.
be. It could be. I'm gonna be surprised, and because I think the Epstein thing is so online of a
Mhm.
phenomenon. It's like the journalist who was like, oh, like we had this whole report, we did this interview with like Prince Andrew and stuff like that, and we had the story, and then it got pulled because like ABC wanted to do the review, the interview with Prince of Wales,
Mhm.
whatever, and I think the Epstein thing, they're counting on it being able to just fade out of like the boiling point in a week or two.
Which I
Like
don't
I think right now, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Tumblr, like if you're in any right wing space, like it's at the boiling point right now, and you're just like, what the
yeah.
fuck? And then if like the thing is like it can only boil for so long.
Mhm.
Like there's only so much energy to boil about it, and they're just like, you know what? We're just it's been already 2 decades of this shit.
Yeah.
Like people can get over it, is what they're saying. Is what they're saying in their head.
That's what they're trying to
Um,
say. Yeah. I definitely see, like, with every other awful fucking thing
I,
that's happened that has somehow slipped and we're just like, nothing ever happens. in 2 or 3 weeks, we will be back to nothing ever happens.
Yes, I think we'll be back to nothing ever happens in a week or two.
Hmm.
I think the thing that will break the Trump base is going to be that the like deportation agenda gets stalled.
Yeah, I
If
was
there's
gonna.
some like if there's some like mass amnesty proposal that gets passed through Congress or gets executive ordered or something like that, I think that is what will break the Trump base
Yeah.
at this point. But the thing is that they're on like a single strand,
Mhm.
basically. They've like they cut off like the Rand Paul Tulsi Gabbard strand that was like, why are we gonna get in a war with Iran? And then they cut off now like the QAnon like deep state, we hate um what is it? Like the Epstein list, like, oh,
Those
we
people.
want to drain the swamp.
Yeah.
Like our government's being, blackmailed by the Zionists or whatever like that. Like they're cutting off that one. So it's like, what strand do you have left of this? Like
Deportations.
there's
That's
still a
what you got.
strand there.
Yeah.
And that strand is like the mass deportation strand. And I think if they don't follow through with that, like that's their last thing
That
that
is
they have.
actually just a little fun factoid. So, being in Utah, of course, there is a large Hispanic population in the state, and I do have a lot of Hispanic customers. I used to have a lot more customers who would come in and speak Hispanic and not speak any English whatsoever. And I hadn't realized over the past couple of weeks, I really haven't had that many customers like that.
Uh
Just a little, just a little something.
well, people are already noticing on the LA highway system
Yeah,
that you know travel times are like half of what they used to be, which like you don't have to deport half of people to reduce travel times.
no,
You have to reduce the population by 5% and implement game theory in which people are cooperative versus antagonistic versus each other,
exactly.
and all of a sudden
Huh.
travel times get reduced by 50%. um which I don't want to explain statistically, mathematically over YouTube right now,
Yeah,
but
another
it's a
time.
real thing.
It is a real thing.
Um,
Oh, Jesus, I have seen what you have done for other states, and I wish that for mine.
oh yeah, is the traffic just horrible in the valley there?
It's kind of bad. Yeah, like I was thinking about it the other day. Like my commute has definitely increased by a few minutes at least since like a couple of years ago. Like obviously COVID
Oh
was
really?
great because it's like no one's on the road, but it seems like yeah, and like it's gonna pick up again end of August when college starts back up. So I'm not ready for
Yeah.
that. Fucking UVU and BYU right near me. Like fuck, man.
Mhm. I'll say like going to like the Front Range, Denver,
Hmm.
Boulder area, I noticed a little difference. A
Yeah.
little difference. It wasn't complete, but it wasn't like, going places when I was in high school
Hmm.
and stuff, like driving around. But it was like marginally better than like when I had left. And I was like, oh, okay.
I have noticed a lot less shitty work pickups on the highway full of garbage and random tools and a ladder just fucking piled into the back. Like, there's definitely a bit less of that. I'd say more than a bit, which is nice.
I I don't know. I don't see a lot of those to begin with. Like I see landscaping trucks and stuff like that, but like they're usually arranged pretty nicely because they're like doing so many stops, door to door to door or whatever. Um, I don't know. I don't see like I will say I see the local like established contractors for like electrical and plumbing.
Hmm.
Like their vans are out all the time now.
Hmm.
Like I see them every time I'm driving. Not even kidding. Like I go down a main street and I see one of the vans for like the local plumbing electrical company. I'm just like,
Do,
oh,
do you see
okay.
that van, regardless of what time of day you leave? Do you see that van?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know they have like three or four, five maybe of them.
Are they
It's
always around where you are?
a small town. It's like 5 miles across at
Mm.
best. So
How much tinfoil do you have in your home?
I've been using it lately. I cooked some ribs.
Okay.
So
You should
maybe
get
I have a few yards.
okay. You should get some more because well,
Oh, they might be feds.
they might be
Yeah, I
feds.
see where
Yeah.
you're going with this. I
Yeah.
see where you're going with this. Yeah. The van, the contractor vans constantly circling my home are feds.
It's like that meme I've seen. Like it's on
I'm
like
glad you
Instagram.
connected the dots for me. Thank
Yes,
you.
there you go. But no, there's this meme I've seen where it's just like when you go to the gym at a completely different time and the exact same people are there, and it's like Leonardo DiCaprio from Shutter Island. He's like, what the fuck is going on here? Well, is there anything else we want to cover?
I don't know. I could double check whatever is on whatever made the list. Oh, Ghislaine ready to testify
Oh, that's
accomplice
right.
as Trump triples down and slams weakling past reporter supporters who believe Epstein hoax.
Ooh,
That's the thing. Like he's declaring everybody who believed in like the Epstein, conspiracy is as a past supporter. And it's like, okay, bro, are you going in?
you don't
You
want to
going
do
into
that, buddy.
midterms
Yeah,
with
that's
like 80% of the support you had before, or 70%? Like that's not going to win.
no, that's it's
Um,
a really bad maneuver. But this is also we are only what 6 months into this, and there's another year plus
no,
3 months.
there's a year and a half.
Yeah.
There's 15 months till the midterms, right?
Yeah, and I think we should have a Maxwell watch just to see if she's still alive. Every podcast, we're gonna check in,
Yes.
just make sure.
Listen, just because her father was given a state funeral attended by every living prime minister of Israel doesn't mean that she was involved in a state intelligence operation.
Not at all. Not at all. We are absolutely gonna get suicided one of these days. I would never do that to my cat, so if that happens, you'll know it wasn't by my hand.
Exactly. And I've got my cat right here. He's still alive somehow.
Exactly.
At 20.
Aw, look at him.
He's so tired.
He is. My cat has given up sticking his paw onto my back, and he's just chilling on the staircase, watching me.
That's
So
good.
I'm not paying attention to him, though, so he's going to beat me. Just kidding. I beat him. Just kidding. Well, I think.
RFK Jr. embraces psychedelics
Ooh.
as part of FDA. Um,
Yeah.
FDA might reconsider MDMA.
It'd be really funny if like MDMA and psychedelics and shit get like unscheduled before marijuana.
Okay, yeah, that would be wild because it's like, can we at least move? Can we move like marijuana? I forget the exact schedule classification, but
I
like,
think it's still
oh,
one.
Schedule 1, right?
I think so, yeah.
So it like, and where's Schedule 2 at? Like, let me look this up.
Heroin.
So drug schedules. Schedule 1 includes substances or chemicals, drugs with no accepted medical use, and a high potential for abuse.
Some examples include heroin, lysergic acid, LSD,
you're
marijuana, ecstasy, methaqualone, and peyote. Schedule 2. Vicodin, cocaine. Cocaine is Schedule 2.
I forgot about that, but that is true. Yes.
Methamphetamine, Schedule 2. Methadone, Schedule 2. Oxycodone. Fentanyl is Schedule 2. Oh, Schedule
Schedule 3
3.
drugs include
Codeine, little bits of codeine.
moderate to low potential for physical and psychological dependence. Codeine, Tylenol, ketamine, anabolic steroids, and testosterone.
Schedule 4 drugs, well defined as low potential for abuse and risk. Xanax, Soma, Darivon, Darivocet, Valium, Ativian, Talwin, Ambien, Tramadol. Schedule 5. Robitussin.
Drugs with lower potential for abuse than Schedule 4 and preparations containing limited quantities of certain narcotics. Yeah, so Robitussin, Lomitol, Mofetin, and Lyrica, and Paramectalin. Yeah, it's hilarious to me that LSD is a Schedule 1.
Yeah, LSD and marijuana being Schedule 1 never have made sense. Like heroin.
But there is a medical use for heroin.
There is.
There is a medical use. Yeah, the idea that ketamine is only Schedule 3.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, anabolic steroids and testosterone only being Schedule 3. Like, I get that, but like steroids especially, dependence, and I would also argue physical harm over enough time.
Yeah.
Like that should at least be Schedule 2. Like absolutely up there with oxycodone and fentanyl. And if Adderall and Ritalin are Schedule 2, anabolic steroids needs to be Schedule 2 as well. Again, not that we're actually supporting regulation or the FDA or anything like that. However,
it's just like if you're going to be sensical about this.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Fuck, man.
No, I would love to see some psychedelics introduced to Schedule 2 that have some potential for medical use. That'd be interesting if RFK could do that. RFK notably said that he became a A+ student when he started using heroin. So,
all right, I guess that's the key. But I just looked it up. Psychobilin, so like mushrooms also are Schedule 1. Psilocybin, yeah.
Yeah. Are Schedule 1?
Schedule 1.
For real?
Yep. I mean, if LSD is Schedule 1, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting to be in a situation where like what are very natural occurring substances are just not considered medicinally acceptable when like they obviously like they've done a number of studies about PTSD and other kind of psychological issues, and then they're like, oh yeah, fentanyl. I mean, honestly, like they'll prescribe fentanyl after like surgery nowadays.
I remember I was watching this video, I think it was on Instagram, and like there's some dude in a hospital bed and he's like on morphine post-surgery, and they were talking about how they were going to give him fentanyl for pain management, and he starts to panic. And they're just like, no, it's okay, it's a different kind, it's a good kind.
Yeah, no, it's like if you get it in the prescribed amount and you use it as prescribed,
it's fine.
Like in the hospital, it's fine. Like, but yeah, the idea that somehow Adderall and Ritalin, which like every other person in fucking college is on constantly.
Yeah.
Well, still using ChatGPT to write every single one of their fucking essays, is somehow like a fucking,
safer than
it's only Schedule 2 compared to smoking weed to relax or like deal with anxiety or something like that.
Or pain
Although I
management.
do know, or pain management. Yeah, I do know that like the studies are pretty clear that like for the wrong there's some setup for people where like using weed will induce schizophrenia for you.
Yeah,
As
like
you
you
know.
have to have like the genetic markers already like basically as far as like from what I've seen, which is just of course amateur study, this is usually an individual who's going to develop schizophrenia later in life, and the marijuana was like,
Yeah.
hey, what if instead of this happening when you are 70, the walls had faces, the walls had faces, the walls have faces, the walls have faces, the walls have faces, like when you're 20.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, and you know, it's just like, oh, if you know that you have like any family history of schizophrenia, I'd probably recommend against using marijuana.
100%. Also, like if you have
Yeah.
anxiety problems, it helps me sometimes with anxiety, but also sometimes not. And like it's totally up to me
No,
as the
it's
individual.
totally it's
Yeah.
totally like a seesaw thing, right?
You got to be
Like
careful.
and the thing is like if you're ever on that other side of the seesaw, like probably what you want out of cannabis is what you can get out of CBD.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like CBD is a safe alternative if you do not want THC. I don't know about like obviously we're not making medical recommendations at all on the show. I don't know
Mhm.
what kind of effect CBD might have on an individual who is otherwise predisposed to schizophrenia. Like if a joint will set it off, I don't know if CBD would have the same effect. Like it's supposed to not, but
No, well, okay. I will say about the weed and schizophrenia thing. I am intuiting that if you are predisposed to schizophrenia and you smoke weed every day, all day,
mm.
like, yeah, it's going to trigger it.
Yeah, that's another thing too. It's usually
100.
not just like you take like a couple hits of a joint and like all of a sudden the walls have faces. It's
Like
like
if
smoke
yeah,
weed every day lifestyle for like a while.
if you just have like a little THC, or if you indulge in THC at like a concert or festival once every other few months or something like that, that's
You're fine.
probably not going to induce your schizophrenia.
Probably.
Um, I'm not a doctor on
Yeah.
this stuff, so
We're just a couple of guys.
but I'm just saying from my experience of
Mhm.
being in the music scene and like seeing people that go through this, and also having like family people who go through this stuff,
Mhm.
because like I do have a schizophrenic family member who, yeah, just um
Thank
was always like on the verge, and then I think somewhere in the 90s, like early
Mhm.
2000s, like just like went off the edge. But he was older when it happened, right?
Yeah. When
But
you're
like I could
older and
put
schizophrenic though, it's cool.
I
Like
this is the thing. Um Chat GPT, or I should say AI language models and people with fucking schizophrenia,
Mhm.
it it is horrible out there. I was at a like house party with a friend a couple weeks ago, 4th of July party,
Mhm.
and like this dude came in and was talking about how like he's divined that there's some super intelligence that's living in between all of the different language models that he's named and stuff like that, and he's talking to, and it's just like, no bro, like you are like seeing like okay, if you have any predisposition towards schizophrenia and then you start talking to a computer and it's like feeding back on whatever input you're giving to it about like, you know, names and places and things and shit like that, that'll immediately trigger all of your like, yeah, there's faces in the walls kind of
Odd.
ideas about this shit.
That's
And
terrifying.
you are going to get cooked by AI if you start talking to AI and like trying to see patterns and like different AI
So
models
what you're
about like,
saying is that he was actually one of the first victims of cyberpsychosis.
Yes. Yeah. Legitimately, like I like this dude. I started like, holy shit, bro. I have cyberpsychosis. Like this
Literally,
is
that's where. Okay, we obviously did not invent this term. This is from cyberpunk, but from now on, AI-induced psychosis, we are calling it cyberpsychosis. That's what it is. Alter Podcast making it so. You heard it here first, folks. All monetary derivatives from this in the future belong to us.
and I would like a reference to all the medical papers.
Yes. I would I'll submit a photo. I will have my cat in the photo, and if you crop my cat out of the photo, so help me God.
All right.
Word.
Um
I think
any closing thoughts before we head out to next week?
hey. Be aware of your medical history and your family, but smoke weed every day. Responsibly. In the evenings.
Or CBD.
Or CBD, if you want
wanna
that.
Chill out.
Or beer. Just one beer. There's only one beer left. But, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us for another back to weekly episode of The Altar. We're liking it here on Wednesday nights. We're going to keep it this way for the summer. We'll see what happens when it gets colder out. But for now, we are your Wednesday hotspot. So thank you again for joining us. We hope you all stay safe out there. We hope you do not develop schizophrenia. And as always, taxation is theft.